First video in front of the camera. Let's see how it goes. So this being Thanksgiving, obviously it's a holiday around eating, nutrition might lack, people might get stressed out. So I wanted to go over a few things that I can do. Fuck, this is tough. Fuck. Okay. So I want to make this video, being Thanksgiving and all. Fuck, that's so stupid. Oh my god. So I made a list of things that you can take into account about eating around the holidays. Today being Thanksgiving, the largest holiday of the year, centered around food. So not in any order. Start off with proteins. So a lot of people lack in protein. They will pack on the carbs, the potatoes, the fats with all the butter, and they'll have a small portion of protein on their plate. So if you start with that, protein will also keep you full, but it will help you reach your protein goal for the day. That's a huge thing. A lot of people don't really have enough protein in their day. And then with a protein source on your plate, you can fill yourself up with that and have less room in your stomach for all the carbs and all the fats. Next thing would be exercise before or after the big meal. So you can eat and then go exercise later on if that's something you can do. You can put all that food you just ate to work, go hit a big leg session or a bunch of cardio if you'd like. Or what I do is I exercise before, so that way I have the big meal to look forward to, and I can use that meal to really refuel and recover from the intense workout before. One thing you can do is eat lighter the day before. This way you won't be so full and fatigued from a big meal the day before Thanksgiving. That can help training. Also, it can help with the balance of your calories for the whole week. So the whole weekly average, if you eat lighter the day before, eat heavier the day after, which would be Thanksgiving, everything would even out and you won't feel as if you hurt yourself. Another thing you could do is fast before the meal. Depending on what time you eat, some people eat late, so that would be a total preference call for you. Me personally, I eat around 1 o'clock, so if you would want, you can fast from 7 p.m. the night before to 1 o'clock the day of, and that would save a ton of calories for your meal, and you wouldn't go over. Fuck the scale. That can just cause stress unless you're prepping for a show, and in that case you'll know what you need to do around Thanksgiving. That's a whole separate topic. But if you're tracking food with a scale, don't even touch it. Even if you do touch it, there's so many added things inside the food that you're going to be eating, like a bunch of butter, some milk, or whatever is mixed in your carb sources typically. Enjoy the day, but the most crucial thing about it is getting back to it the next day. So on that Friday after, it's so important to really get back on track. Really get back on track with what your plan is, what it called for, because if you are always going for the leftovers the week afterwards, you're still consuming all those hidden calories. You're still probably overeating an abundance of carbs and fats within those meals. So the next thing would be, if you wanted to estimate your serving sizes, I mentioned don't even really bother with the scale, but you can still look down at your plate and say, okay, this is my protein that I normally have, 2 palms, 3 palms worth, and that way you can get a rough idea. If that eases your mind for the meal later on that day, if you have one, or so be it, then that's something you can do. You can underestimate your protein, so you put it on your plate, you say, okay, this is 50 grams. You can underestimate that, so that way it would only help you really get more protein through the day at the end, and then overestimate your carbs and fats. So that way you're opposite of the protein situation. You'd be underestimating and under for the day. One of the biggest things, even not on a holiday or so be it, their alcohol consumption is huge. Alcohol will stop muscle protein synthesis, so any muscle building goals that you have, alcohol will stop that until the alcohol is out of your system. The body will stop metabolizing carbs and fats and proteins, stop building muscle at that time, and then process the alcohol, because essentially alcohol is poison for your body. Not only does that, turn a lot of people away from alcohol consumption, alcohol will not only halt muscle protein synthesis, but it will also add calories for the day. So not only did you possibly have 2,000 calories in your meal, but you could also have 500 to 1,000 easily calories just in a drink, or so be it. So the next day, you have a tangent of a bunch of tequila shots. The next day, you're not going to make it to the gym on time, or your training will suffer, or you won't even get to the gym at all. So now those calories aren't being burned, and you just consumed a ton of calories the day prior. So, yeah, that was so shitty. I can't believe I did that, but fuck it.